Antonio Brown, Mike Tomlin, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, all have a lot in common.
They're all NFL players.
Yes, and?
Coaches.
Well, not all of them, but and?
Men.
Men. They will be playing each other in the AFC Championship game on Sunday. The Steelers and the Patriots, but the drama ensued immediately following the Pittsburgh Steelers win over the Kansas City Chiefs when Antonio Brown opted to do about an hour-long Facebook live stream in the locker room. And out of the hour-long live stream, 1 minute of that got picked up by every media source in the goddamn world because it refers to, brace yourself, the Pittsburgh Steelers opponent on Sunday as assholes. Oh, my God. Roll tape.
Everybody say amen.
Hey!
Fucking go.
Man, hey, when you get to this point in the journey, man, not a lot needs to be said.
Fuck no.
Let's say very little moving forward. Let's start our preparation. We spotted those assholes a day and a half. They played yesterday. Our game got moved to tonight. We're going to touch down at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. So be it. We'll be ready for the ass. But you ain't got to tell them they constantly coming. Because some of us here might not like the damn wolf stickers and shit. The check signing, right? Keep it low profile. Let's get ready to ball our fists up again here in a few days and be right back at it.
Let's go.
Hey, man, that's our story.
We got 25K left, another shit
Running.
Keep it tight. Yeah.
Keep it tight. Cool on social media, man. This is about us, nobody else, man.
Everybody know about social media. That shit.
That's how the team win, right? Yeah. Offense, defense, special teams. That's what we keep doing. Any way possible. All calls in the wheel. Right? That's how the field turns. I understand this Lions den we're going into this week. It's a Lions den. I've been there. A lot of us have been there. This ain't going to be fun. Keep your mouth shut. Let's play Steeler football and be a Steeler all week. Yes, sir. Steelers on 3, 1, 2, 3, Steelers.
Proud that.
All right, well, that's really funny because that's keep off social media. Everyone keep a lay low on the profile. Keep off social media. Oh my God.
Everyone's like.
Here's the thing, and I said this yesterday. There's a very easy reaction to this. It was foolish for Antonio Brown to be live streaming inside the locker room, and there is absolutely nothing, and there is no justified reason why anybody could be mad at Mike Tomlin for referring to the Patriots in this case as assholes, but in general, any opponent ever played on a field as assholes. He spotted them assholes an extra day and a half because they got to play Saturday and the Steelers played Sunday. We touched down at 4 a.m., so they're going to have a little bit more rest, but we're still going to be ready for them. The idea that this got picked up as Mike Tomlin refers to Patriots as assholes, what does that say about him as a coach? What? What do you want the pump-up speech to be? Well, guys, next week we're going to play a very formidable opponent, and I want to go in there.
Did he turn into the guy from Family Guy?
Yeah, he did. He did. That's what people want. They want
That's true.
more bite. My God. By the way, cheerleader Mike Tomlin, according to Terry Bradshaw, really sounded like he's rilling up the Steelers.
If you think this is offensive, then I'm so glad no one's live streaming any game I've ever coached. Even when I was coaching an under-11 girls team and we were playing a rival school. Yeah, you sacked me.
You're playing like a bunch of boys out there.
Yeah, you're playing like a bunch of little boys. No. But it's ridiculous, man. Come on. The amount of things I've heard, people need to put a live stream into a Scottish amateur football dressing room.
That would be
swear
fine.
to God.
Not one person would understand.
No one would understand, but if you're just to highlight the curse words, I mean, see you next Tuesday, we know that's referred to as just everyday people, so imagine when it's used in the derogatory term. C-U-N-T. I'm just trying to abbreviate here for the people there. I don't like saying it that much because I've become Americanized. Sorry, Mum and Dad. I know you used to like when I'd say the word.
That's just a difference in language between here and is it all of Europe or just Scotland and England?
No, it's mainly in Britain. In Ireland, people say it.
It's a harsh word to say because I was raised at being like, you don't call anybody that, but you guys...
We call people good.
Seriously, the first time I ever talked to the true Geordie over like Skype...
Oh, you're a good...
You called me like, I was like, yeah, you too, man.
Amazing. But it's just the fact that this is a story, Jason, we all know it. We'll call it, because everyone else will call it. Yeah, it's a game that we're already anticipating. You don't need to hype it up anymore by saying, oh, they're calling each other assholes. Of course they think each other are assholes, because they're playing against each other. That's what happens in competition and in sports. Yes, there can be some level of respect. I don't want anyone throwing any racial or any derogatory terms at each other. But calling someone an asshole, They are assholes because on their other side of the field and they're trying to score on our end. That's what happens in sports. It's ridiculous that you think that this represents a coach that's, what, rude? Yeah, no shit, he wants to win.
You don't get anywhere being nice, especially coaching in the NFL. The Tom Brady, with a great reaction on WEEI radio in New England, he didn't call it. I don't think Tom Brady's spending his time calling it. He had a scheduled interview with him, and this was his quote, which I wish I had more context for, because when they asked him the question, he was like, that's against our team policies. I don't think that would go over well with our coach. Every coach has a different style. Our coach has been in the league for 42 years, and he's pretty old school. He's not into social media. I think he lets everyone know that. And then Belichick also responded when he got a chance to in a press conference. You can go to the next quote, Jacory. Belichick's words, "As you know, I'm not on Snapface and all that, so I don't really get those. I'm really just worried about getting our team ready to go. I'm not really too worried about what they put on instant chat."
I think he's definitely trolling. There's no doubt. He knows the name.
Now I think he's trolling, but about a year ago they asked him the same thing, and Snapchat was pretty new, so he called it Snapface. And I very much think the first time he referred to it as Snapface, he did not know what it was.
That's
I think
hilarious.
He was Snapface, my face, your face. He called it like my face, your face, Snapface, and stuff.
I mean, he's got a point. There's been MySpace, Snapchat, like it's all the same sort of word. But
Bill Belichick he's 60-something years old. He shouldn't know. He doesn't need to know what Snapchat is. Although, my God.
How funny would it be? I would follow him instantly.
If he was like DJ Khaled, just giving him like advice. Another one. With Bill Belichick.
If anyone's going to be criticised here, it's Antonio Brown, and the other guys who are too busy taking selfies to get like the play. That it's a sanctuary. If you've been part of any locker room in any sport, you know that you're supposed to have everyone's back. And I mean, let's be honest. Some things I'm not going to sit here and get into the whole locker room talk because we don't want to get it political. But what you're supposed to have said in the locker room amongst your friends. Especially when it comes to competitive sports, whether it's about the opponents, whether it's tactics, whether it's strategy. How does he know that he's not saying his coach isn't going to break out with some early strategic words of advice? Maybe like, Antonio, you need to watch tape on whatever because you might need to do this, this, and this. Like, we don't know. If he does that, it's less than likely, but anything could be said that could be putting them at a disadvantage or in hot water, which you don't need.
It would be remarkable if right after the game, Mike Tomlin just kind of went like, "So, Antonio, those assholes are going to know you're running seam routes all day. I want them to know." And then he looks over and he's like, "Are you on fucking Facebook Live?"
That would be.
It's just ironic because he says, actually it wasn't Tomlin, I think it was one of the assistant coaches who said, "Let's not be on social media," which, by the way, James Harrison, as we know, is a crazy person in the best way possible, but he's a crazy person.
He is humongous.
He's done medicine ball volleyball, which we've discussed on this platform before, which is crazy.
He's what, 30? What age is he again? He's like
in his upper 30s.
38, and he's still killing the gym. I saw a video.
Like participation trophies, and he touched down about 4:30 a.m. and went right to the gym.
He is a walking New Year's resolution.
Well, those assholes are going to play each other on Sunday. The spread is 6 points. I think it's too much. I actually think the Steelers are going to win. And what would be there's two, really quick, I'm going to wrap up with this. We did the clip all the way back at the beginning of the season when Madden simulated the NFL season. And Madden simulated NFL season had the Falcons and the Steelers in the Super Bowl. And I said, okay, no, the Falcons. And then also we did the clip about 6 weeks ago saying, what are the dark horse teams that can make a run at the Super Bowl? And it was the Packers and the Steelers that I said were the two teams you got to keep an eye on because you can't be surprised if they end up in the Super Bowl. And that's why. So, look, either way, we're going to get a good Super Bowl matchup, no matter what, which is always a really great thing. There's no defenses left. Ringer was talking about it. You're talking about only high-powered offenses, so...
You mean we won't get another 19-hour fantastic showcasing example of great defense that we got in last year's Super Bowl that had me on the edge of my bed as I was napping in between plays?
We might get Lady Gaga on the roof of the NRG Stadium.
I mean, the halftime show is going to be good, I think. I mean, last year it was Coldplay and Bruno Mars and Beyonce?
Coldplay was rough. I love Lady Gaga.
You do? Her new song's pretty good.
She's an amazing performer, so I'm all about it.
But Say helped out Coldplay last year.
Gaga,
Beyonce.
Ooh, rah, rah. Rah, rah.
Is that what they sing in the groupie? Is that the groupie sing? Comment below.